Hey, if you were looking for a championship, you have to blame the game, not me. All right? I wanted to face the champion, but no. This game has still got some shenanigans up its sleeve. 25 episodes in, it's still messing with me. So yeah, you would think that you're gonna face the champion, but if memory serves, that plans are gonna change. Look at this. Look at this majestic moment. Look at his face, he's ready to go! The tense, still air on the pitch. And the exact opposite from the audience, cheering and yelling. They're both fantastic, wouldn't you say? But remember, the audience is also a bit cruel. They want nothing more than to see one of us lose after all. It can fill you with fear knowing that, but I absolutely love pushing past the fear. I love giving it everything I've got as a trainer and seeing my team give everything they've got to seize another victory. It's the greatest feeling in the world, and I can't get enough of it. I can feel my partners itching. This line always made me feel awkward. This has got to be innuendo, right? Like, I mean, it's just, nah. We're going to have a real champion. I screwed it up. We're gonna have a real champion time, you guys. Or are we? I'm the Garal region's champion, Leon. Me and Charizard and all the rest of our team will use all our knowledge and experience to crush you completely. What? Hello there, Leon and Elon Musk. Just to be letting you know, I think it is time I brought about Darkest Day, for the sake of Galar future, of course. I'm a bit in a pickle. Energy released by Darkest Day is too much for us to contain. I am sorry it has come to this, but it is you who has forced my hand, Leon. You refuse to listen to me. Lee, Elon Musk. That video stream, was that from Hammerlock Stadium, right? What in the world did the chairman do? I don't know. But everything he was saying yesterday, did they really pull this crazy stunt to solve some problem 1,000 years in the future? I've got to go see what's going on. I'm the champion, I have to go. I should have realized that the chairman intended to do this before it came to the... I read that wrong. I'll take responsibility now to fixing this mess. This is the real championship time. I feel insulted, Leon. But Lee, you're terrible at directions. What if you get lost along the way? Oh yeah, in case you didn't know, he's pants with directions. I don't know if it mentioned that before. I want to help my brother, Elon Musk. I've got to. But I can't even manage to beat you. So what sort of help could I be? Yeah, just try. Just do your best, Hop. But what? What can I even do? Hold the phone. The chairman was talking about the Darkest Day. That's the thing where the sky went all dark once, ages and ages ago, right? What does he mean? He's bringing it about? And where did we even hear that name? I think... Oh, I actually don't remember. It was in NuzStocke, right? With the tapestries. The castle that had many tapestries. I think. Actually, no, that was in Hammerlock. Or was it there a statue? Oh, no. I don't remember. That statue of the hero in NuzStocke. Sonia said something back then, didn't she? Though it turned out to be wrong, since there were actually two heroes and all that. Still, these two managed to bring an end to the darkest day with the sword and shield Pokemon. Sonia thought the Pokemon might be sleeping somewhere though, right? We should try to find them, Elon Musk, but where to start looking? I'm gonna say Slumbering Weld. Ah, Elon Musk, that's it! I'm sure it's got to be the Slumbering Weld. That illusion you tried to fight off that day. It must have been one of the Pokemon that are supposed to be sleeping there. Let's go back to the Slumbering Weld. If we're lucky, we'll find something that can help. Yeah, the story, like, the entire story gets jammed into this one little last part. And it's... You know, the story's not terrible on the face of it, it's just the way it's told. There's no build-up, there's no hints that anything like this is gonna happen. I mean, okay, there's not no hints, but there's not, like, clear hints. They just drop little things here and there, and then boom, now you gotta go, you know, Rose lost his mind, you gotta go save the world. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Oh! Elon Musk and Hope! Ah, I completely forgot about the championship match! What are you two doing here? Oh, I forgot what voice I gave my mom. Haven't you been watching the news at all? The tournament is off, Sonia. The chairman saw to that, and just sent the entire Legion into a state of havoc. Aww. What? What happened while I was researching in the Slumbering Weld? Well, for starters, there's a great black storm or something raging over Hammerlock Stadium. What are they calling it? The darkest day? It's throwing everything just into... I can't. Still, I'm sure we don't need to worry too much. The unbeatable champion will take care of everything, won't he? Hold on a tick, ma'am. Did you say the darkest day? The darkest day is the name for the black storm that nearly brought the Galar region into ruin in ancient times. So, what are you here for, Elon Musk? We're gonna stop the darkest day, of course. To stop the darkest day? You mean you're gonna search for the sword and shield Pokemon? Ah, here, take this. You should head to the Slumbering Weld. I'll catch up with you once I'm done looking into something that's been bothering me. Yay, Max revives. Totally useless. How wonderful. All that matters is that you do what you can. You've become a fine Pokemon trainer after all. If I'm Elon Musk, I guess that means my mother is Miss Musk. Fascinating. Ready for this, Elon Musk? I wonder if we're about to head straight into a wall of fog again. Not that they did bother us now. We've both grown loads stronger in sort of a Pokemon. Going into the forest after Wooloo that day, that was the start of everything, wasn't it? A legendary beginning, really. I reckon whatever we're about to see will be pretty legendary itself. Let's head in and add another page to our tale. Yep, this is where it all started. 25 long weeks ago. This is where the adventure of Elon Musk first launched. Like a SpaceX rocket! Ooh, there's Muna's here. And actually, wait a minute. Do I have to catch something here? I didn't set up my second monitor tonight. I didn't think I'd be catching anything. You know what? No, I'm gonna say no, because I've already caught something in the Slumbering Weld, I think. So, I don't have to catch anything... I'm actually not sure. But you know what? Screw it. I'm bending the rules a little bit. My game. It's my adventure. I can do what I want. It's my rules! Yeah, sure. Let's kill it. Die! Damn it. Ooh, I don't have guerrilla tactics anymore. Oh dear. What if I just run? Thank you. Yes. I am lost. Oh, I'm back here. Ooh, Orbeetles. Hey, there's Hop. Actually, you know, I don't think I did catch, because the first time I came into the Slumbering Weld way at the start of the game, I don't think I had Pokeballs yet, because I remember John Deere, rest in peace, of course, he was the first thing I caught, I think. And that was out on Route 1? Route 2? Whatever it's called. That was not in the Slumbering Weld. So I don't think I have caught anything in here, but I have already been to this place. So does this count as a new area that I gotta catch something? Again, it's my game, my rules, I can interpret them how I want. And because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to have to catch something tonight, I'm gonna say no. Whatever, I can do what I want. Reward. Grilled. They really are here. The sword and the shield Pokemon. I knew it. Actually, come to think of it, do I catch Zacian or Zamazenta here? No. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's in the post game. You do catch Eternatus though, I think. Oh. I mean, I don't do I have to catch Eternatus? I don't think I have. Well, actually, yeah, I think I do. I think I have to. I'm pretty sure it's a scripted capture. Huh. Am I gonna have to assign a stock to that? You know, I'm gonna have to think about this. I kind of want to make a new rule that says legendaries and/or story scripted captures are accepted, are exceptions. Because again, this is my game and I can do what I want. And as I said at the start, as I said in earlier episodes, this is an evolving rule set because I've never done this before. I should have thought of this before though. Yeah, I'm going to say... Well, okay. I am going to say that legendaries and other story-scripted captures do not count, so I don't have to assign a stock to them or look at what to get or buy any shares, but I will also say that I'm not allowed to use them in any way, shape, or form. I think that sounds reasonable. That sounds fair, I think. You two, what in the world are you doing? What? Come off it, Sonia. You must have seen that, right? Those sword and shield Pokemon. They were right in front of us. But then they disappeared into the forest. Pop, you sure you haven't lost the plot? Lost the plot. The only thing that's lost the plot is this game. Am I right? There was no one here but the two of you. What? Then we were just illusions or something? Listen, I dug into some literature from the other regions, and I finally found something. Mentions of the sword Pokemon Zacian and the shield Pokemon called Zamazenta. The writing said that these two Pokemon were both born beyond the slumber world, sometime long, long ago. Did they really? Sonia. Thanks for digging into it. Even if it is just an illusion or whatever, we did manage to find that Pokemon again. Maybe the sword and the shield those two used to carry are still here too. Would you look at that, little Elon Musk? Now that's something you don't see every day. That place definitely feels like the stuff of legend. Well, would you look at that? A sword and a shield. How convenient. See that, Elon Musk? The sword and the shield, the legends were really true. Okay, well, what am I supposed to pick one? Oh. I mean, it is sword I'm playing, so it only makes sense that I would pick up the sword. They're not gonna get me again with the black-white switch. Still makes me angry. That settles it. I'm taking the shield. Though, wow, would you look at the state of this thing? It seems like it might fall to pieces if you so much as look at it funny. I don't know if these rusty old things will really be able to stop the darkest day, but... well, I guess it can't hurt to have them along. Let's hope they bring us some good luck. Finally, the name of the game makes sense. Maybe the Pokemon themselves really are still asleep somewhere. And it seems like we're on our own if we want to go help Lee. This is all the help we've got. Yeah, you're gonna go fight. You know, fight him with a literal sword and shield. Can we get any more British? Actually, wait, am I supposed to leave? Why is Hop still here? Sure? Well, actually, hold on. I want to check my party. Because I don't know what it's going to do when I get there. I don't remember. I just want to make sure it's not going to throw me into some bullcrap fight. I mean, I could probably take whatever it can dish out. I'm pretty over leveled at this point. I know Rose has steel types. So I'm actually probably in pretty good shape with this team. Well, except maybe I want to put Citigroup up front, but you know what, this is fine for now. I don't remember if I'm going to encounter grunts or whatnot. I don't think so. Like, he has no grunts. He's technically not part of an evil team. Is that Raihan? Well, if it isn't Dylan Musk and Hop. It's a real shame the way things have turned out. You make it all the way to the championship match, then something like this has to happen. And Shenrose, thinking that the energy to pour in from the darkest day would be somehow the key to saving Galar's future. It all seems a bit mad if you ask me. I can't follow at all how that's supposed to work. That's probably the third iteration of Raihan's voice I've gone through, because I am sure it changes each time I do it. Because I don't remember what I did before. Well, I don't care if I'm up against the darkest day or the Cherubin or whatever. I'm going ahead. I'm off to help my brother. In fact, come to think of it, Hop is the only character where the voice I gave him has probably stayed consistent throughout the entire adventure, solely based on how often he shows up. And he's gone! That Hop never changes. Always in a rush about something, isn't he? The key thing is that no one's been harmed. We gym leaders work together with the city's Pokemon. We've got everyone evacuated. And you're fixing to help our champion. To save everyone in the Galar region. Yeah. Our greatest ever champion, the greatest ever challenger. Along with her fiercest rival. All teaming up against the darkest day. I almost feel sorry for it. Go on then. Our great challenger in the Hammerlock Stadium with ya. Actually, I'm gonna visit the Pokemon Center first. I might as well heal up, because I used one whole PP of Ice Punch. But, like, the Pokemon Center is right here, so why not? It would be dumb not to. And also, I do want to do one Pokejob. Because I don't know if I'm going to have the chance before I'm going to want to end tonight. So what I want to do is I want to put... Dusclops back into HP training. Alright, cool. You gonna stop me, Oleana? What you gonna do? Gym Challenger, you must help me. I mean, please, help me. My Pokemon suddenly Dynamax for some reason and started running amok in the stadium. Mr. Raihan was able to subdue the Dynamax Pokemon in the stadium, but if other Pokemon also Dynamax and go on the rampage, the underground power plant would collapse. Mr. Rose is down there right now. I know this is selfish of me, but I must beg your assistance. I want you to head into the underground power plant and say it and stop Mr. Rose. Mr. Rose has awakened the Pokemon known as Eternatus. Apparently the energy emitted from its body is what's caused Dynamaxing. At this rate, all the Pokemon in the Galar region will Dynamax and go berserk! If that were to happen, please, you must save Mr. Rose. You can take the lift over there to reach him. I've enlisted the help of the champion's younger brother too, but who knows what is going on. You sent Hop down there alone? Why are you so mad, Hop? Calm down. What do you mean, what is all this? It's a power plant. Okay, dude, he was not there before. And what do you plan on doing, Gym Challenger? Pardon my ears. What is it you are talking about? There's nothing to stop now. We've already brought about Darkest Day, or should I say the ultimate Pokémon Eternatus. Must I explain myself? Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, Rose is also the only character whose voice has probably stayed consistent for this entire playthrough because of how ridiculous I made it, and I can't possibly forget it because it's super fun to do. Must I go explaining myself? From your perspective, I suppose it must seem that I am doing something terrible. I do not expect you to understand. But I must provide the Galar region with limitless energy to ensure everlasting prosperity. It is my purpose, my duty, it is my destiny. That is why we've been giving the wishing stars to Eternatus. Surely you remember the red light that caused a ruckus around Hammerlock. That was all part of our experiments to awaken Eternatus. You must understand. I cannot let you interfere with my plan to protect the future of Galar. Yep, Darmanitan needs to get the ever-loving hell out of here. Oh boy. I mean, Leon had it right. Why is this even a problem now? Why is this energy thing even a problem? He said it himself, it won't be a problem for 1,000 years. But that goes back to how you can make the story better. There was a video I watched, I mentioned this before, there was a video I watched about someone explaining how they can make the story better, and it's basically exaggerating more about how Rose is clearly lost his mind and cannot be talked down from believing that this crisis is imminent and must be dealt with, and how he slowly goes crazy throughout the game as people disregard his concerns. It actually is a pretty good idea, but you know, you don't. That's not what they went with. Anyway, Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Wait, how did you... That's... Oh, that's right! Citigroup is holding the bright powder, I forgot! Oh, yes! Hacks time! Alright. Yeah, sure. Let's go for a third. Oh, I see what you're doing. Sneaky, sneaky. It doesn't matter. I still move first. Goodbye. Dead. Come on, Rose. At least give me a challenge, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, it's faster. I did not expect that. Actually, Berserker is pretty fast too, but I have like a gajillion defense boosts, so you know what? I'm not really concerned. Rose, you know, this plan is all well and good, but I think you missed one critical part. Getting good! Wait, he can Dynamax in here? I forgot what. Oh, shit. What a twist! I had forgotten how great Pokemon battles are! It has been so long since I battled that was for sure satisfying! Most impressive, Elon Musk. I would not expect any less from a challenger endorsed by the strongest champion ever to grace our beloved Galar region. I really do not wish I could have seen the championship match between you two. And I'm terribly sorry to have ruined the whole gym challenge and everything. It is too bad, but it cannot be helped. In order to solve the energy issue as soon as possible, we awakened the Tornatus. But we could not control it. The championship came to... The championship? No. The champion came to aid me, but at the cost of abandoning the match. Indeed, just like a knight in shining armor coming to rescue a princess from a dragon. I do not tend to ramble on, I know. I love to make speech. But I think I can stop talking now. I think Champion should have captured Eternatus by now. If you are curious, you can take up the lift. And I trust you'll be going too, right, Hop? I certainly hope losing to me did not discourage you too much. Go on now, both of you. Go see how your champion is doing. Discouraged? You don't get it, do you, Chairman? Neither me nor a Pokemon that anywhere near giving up. We've learned how to be strong, thanks to the gym challenge you organized. Paparaja is badass. I was considering putting it on my competitive team for a while, but I just couldn't make it fit. Really good in a Trick Room team, but I wasn't really feeling Trick Room this time around. Alright, Elon Musk. I'm ready for anything. Are you? Yeah, give me a moment. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Oh. I could probably still put Under Armor up front. That's probably fine. And I don't think I'm going to be fighting Eternatus with my own Pokemon anyway. I'm pretty sure... Well, I'm not going to spoil anything. Wouldn't expect any less from my rival. Now, come on. We've got to help Lee. You know, that video I watched, something else it pointed out is how awkward this scene is without any noise or music. But I mean, I guess that's kind of the point. It's supposed to show how serious things are. And you know what? I guess it gets that point across. That's not really a good criticism, I suppose. I don't know. You came to help me in spite of the danger. Thanks, Hop. And you, Elon Musk. You two really have grown tremendously. But no need for you kids to worry. Actually, you know, come to think of it, Leon is also the other voice. Leon's voice has also remained fairly consistent throughout this run, I'm pretty sure. It's Leon, Hop, and Rose. And Sonya too, I guess, because, you know, it's just a high girl voice. It's pretty easy to do and remember. I think those four characters are the ones whose voice has remained pretty consistent throughout this whole run. The rest is just, you know, random whatever, but those four were pretty consistent. But no need for you kids to worry. It seems like some power of Eternatus's was keeping my team from Dynamaxing, but we've had a championship time all the same. Charizard and the rest of my championship team members have really won Eternatus down. Now, if I can simply catch it in a Pokeball, we should be able to get this madness under control. Then everything will be back to normal. So watch this. It's going to be a real championship catch. One. Oh, wow. It only got past one stage. Oh, I have to battle regular Eternatus first. Oh, okay. I mean, it is Dragon type. Can I just destroy it with a single Ice Punch? Wait, what? It doesn't die? Dude, is this story scripted? Okay, yeah, something else I'm going to say here is that if it is some story-scripted bullcrap where I can't kill him, or if my team has to faint to move the story along, yeah, that doesn't count. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's completely ridiculous. I don't remember how this is supposed to go down.
Do I? Do I have to catch it? No, no, because there's a whole part of the story later where it Dynamaxes. How does that happen if I don't catch it? I mean, I honestly don't remember if it is scripted. I've been worried about this. And one of the rules that I had imposed on myself is that I can't look up what's going to happen next and prepare for it. But I was also scared that something like this was going to happen, and I wouldn't know how to adapt to it. I mean, do I have to catch it? I don't... Alright, tell you what, I'll try... I mean, jeez. Well, no, but if I hit it again, and it turns out that I'm supposed to catch it, and then Under Armour dies, like, that's technically not scripted. I don't think by any rule set I can say that was scripted and that doesn't count. No, I think that will count. But so I'm gonna switch out real quick. I'm gonna go to Morgan Stanley's a pretty good tank. I'm gonna bring in Morgan Stanley just for a short bit. But like, bro, if it is scripted, what am I supposed to do about that? Like, I know it's a John, but like, what am I supposed to do? But like, I don't think it's a scripted catch yet. I don't think it's the auto catch because it still has a Dynamax. I have no idea what's happening. All right, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I can't. What? Dude, if it turns out that none of this is scripted, it living wasn't scripted, me having to catch it wasn't scripted, and it just so happens to be that the Ice Punch was ever really that slow, that close to killing it, I'm gonna be super mad. I'm gonna be super mad. It doesn't have Levitate, right? No, I don't think so. No, it has pressure. Well, I mean, not anymore. What? Did the Ice Punch leave it alive? I still don't know the answer to these questions. Did I have to hit it twice? Is it like, does the if statement look like, you know, death or hit twice? Whichever comes, like, last? Is it an and or an or? What is happening? That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know if he actually just lived, because it never technically said that he fainted. It just cut to the scene. So I don't know what the trigger to cutting to the next cutscene is. Is it a certain number of turns? Is it hitting it a certain number of times? Is it actually getting it down to 0 health? Like this. Okay. I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm calm. Alright. So I don't think it's a good idea to leave Under Armour out here, because he can easily get one-hit KO'd by a fire move, which we now know he has. I'm not too sure what to bring in though. I don't really have a lot. I don't really have a lot of good choices. I can bring Morgan Stanley's probably the most resistant, but that Dynamax cannon did a lot of damage. There's 2 steel types I can't bring in. Yeah, he has fire moves. Can't bring in Adam's Arnie. He has poison moves. Citigroup is an option, but he can't do much damage to him. He resists everything he has. He resists Brick Break. He resists Dive. He's Poison Dragon. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wail on him with Ice Punches and hope for the best. I mean, if Under Armour faints here, if Under Armour dies, there's nothing I can really do about it. Wait, what? Bruh, all of that thinking and I can't even move? This game is trolling the hell out of me right now. Okay. What am I supposed to do with that information, Hop? Oh. This friggin' troll of a game. I swear. See, I knew they came in. I just didn't know when or how. Wait, Darmanitan is still out there. Oh, do I not control them? They just join the fight beside me? Oh, that means I am potentially still in danger of fainting. Oh dear. Alright, tell you what, in that case, I am gonna bring in Morgan Stanley because I think I just need a wall right now. You know, Zacian and Zamazenta can do the work. I just need to live. Nice hit, Hop. Very nice. I can burn him, right? It would be nice to burn him and then just like fire off some hexes. Yeah, hit him with the blade! Cool, doggos, don't look back at explosions. Ooh, that's gonna do a lot of damage. Actually, you know, something I didn't notice during my first playthrough is, like, it's flashing, like, scenes from the game in the background. Like, there was the lighthouse from, I don't know, Nessa's city? I forget what it was called. See? You see it? You just saw it. I didn't notice that the first time. That's, I don't know what the point of that is, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, you see? You just saw the statues from outside Stone Side. That's what that was. There's the lighthouse again. There's, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was either. Oh no, that was the giant drawing. That was a giant ground the ground drawing outside. What's the name of the grass town? Turffield. Yes, that's it. This is gonna be it, I think. Eternatus is going down. The power of the sword and shield! pretty sure it doesn't matter what ball I use. I'm fairly certain it's an auto capture. That's your home! Do you not want to go to your home? Yeah, I knew I had to catch it too. That's how I knew it was an auto catch. But again, I wasn't too sure when. Cause like when he didn't die from that ice punch, I'm like, is this when I'm supposed to do it? No, because I knew he still had to go through that whole Dynamax part. I also forgot that the dogs fight beside you. You don't control them. Three days later. So, Chairman Rose turned himself in then. Never thought I'd live to see the day. He woke you to notice and nearly caused a catastrophe for the entire region. You reap what you sow, I say. I don't know about you, but I slept like dead. Everyone's still talking about what happened, but at least things are back to normal now. They really did defeat Eternatus together with Zamazenta and Zacian. And still Lee's, well, he's being Lee, insisting on having a championship match. With you today! It's a bit much, isn't it? You sure you're up for it? I'm not even too sure about him. He was out cold and hurt pretty badly himself during all that mess. I do understand how he feels, though. Feels like I've been waiting forever to get to see you and him face off in a serious match. So come on! The match will be at Wyndham Stadium. Where else? And, yeah. That's the entire story of the game right there. We saw, like, the remaining 90% of it in the last hour. Story over. So dumb. Okay, but up next is Lee. And I'll tell you right now, that's not going to be tonight. Saving that snizzle for the finale. Yeah, like I said before, Eternatus is a scripted capture. I'm not applying stocks to that. Trade-off is that I also cannot use it, so that sounds kind of fair. Do I want to send everyone off to Pokejobs one last time, just in case? Because Leon is actually really hard. Leon is surprisingly difficult. I remember facing him the first time during my first playthrough. I was surprised. I got my butt handed to me. Thank you, adoring public. It's not just that he was hard. If I remember right, there's also a little bit of a level jump. Like, I think his Charizard is in the low 60s. I think his entire team is in the low 60s. His Charizard might be mid 60s. So, you know, that's a little bit of a jump there. Yeah, Eternatus just getting dumped straight into sold. So, I know I've kind of railed against using Pokédex before, almost like it's cheating, but I feel like I need it, because the Leon battle is surprisingly difficult. And I feel like I am actually potentially even under-leveled for it. And it would kind of suck. It would kind of suck to get all this way just to die, just to lose. That means this was all for naught. So, yeah, let's see what jobs they want here. So they want some steel types. I got some steel types they can have. Flying types. Normal. I don't think I have any normal types. I don't have any flying types either, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think a lot of people that faced Leon were underleveled for that fight because it's a surprisingly big level jump. Like you saw like aside from Eternatus, Rose is the last person you battle. And he's, what was his Copper Raja, like level 60? There's like a 5-level jump, which is kind of ridiculous for someone you face immediately afterward. But I mean, he's a champion. Of course it's gonna be hard, you know? I don't know what you expect. And actually, I'm kind of thinking, what kind of team composition do I want? Because Under Armour dies to Charizard, Wyndham dies to Charizard, Northern Oil and Gas dies to Charizard, Morgan Stanley potentially dies to Charizard because he has grass moves. Drive Shack dies to Charizard. BRP again, grass moves, potentially dies to Charizard. Goodyear dies. Goodyear could, well, if Goodyear can move first, potentially might have the upper hand. But if not, probably dies a Charizard. This may not be the best. this may not be the best team composition for that final battle. Actually, Citigroup has Dive. His Charizard probably has flying moves though. The only thing here that doesn't get hit super effectively by Charizard in some way is Adam's RNE. But she doesn't really have anything that can hit a fire type. I could give her moves that hit a fire type. You know, a bit of preparation. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now before I forget. Let's see, what do we got here? Arm, no. Nor, no. Rest. Well, crap. Yeah, that's, that's not good. There's also the stipulation that He can really only hit me with a grass move if Sun is out or if he's Dynamaxed. That is the limitation. And actually, his Charizard is Gigantamax Charizard. That means his fire moves do not cause Sun to come out. So really, I only need to live past the Gigantamax stages. If I can stay alive after that and bring in something that can hit him with a rock move, it's over. Because he can't counter with a Solar Beam. You know what? I'm liking that strategy. I probably want to make sure BRP do get some levels then, too. Okay, let's see here. So who's going to stay behind? I feel like Drive Shack is going to stay behind because she doesn't really serve much of a purpose in that Leon battle. I'm probably not going to take her in with me. Uh-oh. Gotta charge my batteries after this. You want dragon types? I don't have any dragon types. You want steel types? You know, no. Wait a minute. Because I think the more important part here is matching the experience point stars rather than the types. Actually, no, we're gonna go with this one because who's okay? Wait a minute. Hear me out. Whose Pokemon would be best? What would be better? Okay, what Pokemon will be better at protecting investments than the Pokemon of One Miss Elon Musk? Right? Right? Go forth! Protect those investments! And also, you know, I gotta make a mental note at the start of next episode to make sure everybody's moves are still in order. Because sometimes they can go off to the jobs and have moves overridden because they gain levels. I also need to bring Dusclops back out. Actually, Dusclops might be pretty good to bring to the final match. He can just sit out there and absorb whatever Charizard can dish out until I can bring something else in. I kind of like that. If he's high enough level. You know what? I probably should have... damn it. I probably shouldn't have sent him off to the HP seminar. I should have sent him... I should have sent him to get level ups. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. Actually, no, it's not too late. I can call him back and then send him off to the other job so he gets levels. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. All right, I already sent everyone off to go protect investments. I can't exactly renege on that. That would not be right. So unfortunately, Dusclops is gonna have to go to this job by himself to go make fabric for the vacuum space. I mean, he is basically a black hole. So that sounds appropriate, don't you think? I mean, who else would know more about space? He is literally space. He is space inside. Okay, and I think that brings us to the end of the episode. And the end of the story. And the end of everything up until the championship battle. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm gonna be pretty candid right now. I am nervous. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm nervous, but you know what? I'm gonna try my darndest. It would kind of suck to come all this way and have it all be for naught. This has been half a year I'm doing this. That's gonna be episode 26. There's 52 weeks in a year. I've been doing this pretty much at a constant clip of an episode per week. If Leon beats me down, that's a half year down the drain. That's gonna suck. But you know what? You got to keep moving forward. So, next episode we are gonna have a championship time. Yeah, we are. I will see you then. Thank you so much for joining me.